Okay, now we're in the second part of week 3, which is part 2, which has to do with the shipping calculator. This is pretty much very similar to the part 1, except for a couple little things that I wanted to point out. So again, what I would say is try to do it on your own first, because that's how you're going to learn. And then you can peek and see, look at this video and see what I've said for things that you're missing, that you've been missing out on. So I just want to point out over here, so again, everything is IPO. So the first part is the input, then processing with the if statements and the calculations, and then finally the printing for the output. So the only thing that's a little different is that, first of all, you have like float. So in other words, when they input the items ordered, and that's the input, then it converts it to float. So float is decimal. So it converts it to decimal, and then it stores that in cost of items. And then it has the if statements, depending on what cost of items. If it's less than 0, greater than 75, or 50, greater than 50, it calculates the shipping cost. And then over here, there is this round function. So again, anytime you have these functions, whether it's float or round, it always works on the parentheses. So what it does is everything in the parentheses is calculated and is rounded off to round. And the reason it has comma 2 is because it means that it's rounded off. We're talking about cost, so we're talking about to 2 decimal places, which is cents. And the rest of it is straightforward. We have the choice dot lower, which we had in the other program. Now, so I'm showing the same code, but this code is not in color like the other code. But the only reason I'm showing it is to show you what I said before in the other video, that when you have a looping statement, that you have to have it indented. So here we have, after we have while true, and that's the outside of the loop, then we have all our statements. So all these statements are indented and they all are within the loop. So once the loop is concluded, right, once it's finished processing, then we go down here, and then the last thing is that the system prints by, and then the program ends. Alright, so also I want you to look at my other videos, because I have one more video for today, and you can also, if you want, you can subscribe to my channel, so as the videos come out, you'll be first to know, because with my videos I produce them, but then I add descriptions and things like that to make it nice and explain what it's all about. But the other video is that it will show you how to write a program and how to run it, because this doesn't show you how to run it. This only shows you the code. So, and some of you are not executing your programs properly. So that's another video, and I recommend that if you can't do it in any other way, you should try to do it in the jdoodle.com, which is how we're going to do it. Alright, that's it for this video.